I'm on the set of Tobe Hooper's latest film, Toolbox Murders, tipped to be the most terrifying and gruesome film to come out of Hollywood in decades.
He's probably in pain, except he and the infection have a symbiotic relationship where, the infection keeps him alive so it can stay alive, and he keeps the infection alive. And action!
No! No! It's me.
Cut!
Good!
It's almost 30 years since Hooper's first film, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now that film shocked the world and changed the horror genre forever. It also inspired the most disturbing films ever made, including the very first Toolbox Murders. Now, ironically, Hooper is back to remake Toolbox Murders, the very first film that was inspired by him.
Cut! Okay, one more. Very good. There's great pieces in that.
What we've done here is definitely not a remake. It is definitely not a sequel. What it definitely is putting a famous cult title in the hands of a brilliant horror director to see what he would do with it. I think we've made a very good move in having Tobe and two brilliant new writers take this in a very different direction. And so far, I think we're proving to be right.
Marky. Settling and action! Is there anything you'd like to do differently? Angela, how do you feel about that?
Now, the script is absolutely amazing. I mean, normally film scripts you kind of read a bit and it's a bit too boring rather to properly read. But this one, you're just turning the pages and pages and you can read through the whole thing in one sitting.
I hope so.
It's quite amazing and very different from other scripts and very different from other horror scripts as well, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
And what would you classify as all the main ingredients for a cult movie?
Well, when it's this particular type of cult, it is called horror. So we try to create horror. And we've created some terrifyingly wonderful horror, if horror could be wonderful, because this is what the market demands. I love the process of making films, but you certainly better know who you're making the film for before you make it.
These two guys are just shocked and
Grips, let's lose the pipe.
okay. Marco is back, starts one step back. You come in. Marco is stepping forward. He's going to do, and he gets interrupted by you pupils.
This film is for the hardcore horror audience, the Fangoria magazine audience, and the Rue Morgue magazine audience. But also it's a tribute to Tobe Hooper. Tobe's beloved. He's a wonderful man. He's a sweet man to create such horrific images, and people want to work with and for Tobe Hooper.
We know it's not a multi-million pound film, but you've certainly got the quality here, and all the people willing and very passionate about it because of the style or the genre of the film, and also because they get to work with the great Tobe Hooper.
Exactly.
Now, could this be another cult classic?
Well, we are already making the stamp that we hope will stamp it with that brand. Absolutely. We hope. It's up to the people. If we've created the right product for the market we know exists, that will happen.
But the only reason, the only way, but the only way she's gonna switch them is if then.
Oh, I come out of it, I'm gonna hit her again.
Yeah, right. And she switches. Right. Cool.
Let's override this. How did you do that?
Now, did anyone see the wrench? I was cutting back and forth. And,
I got a wrench.
So we wrench like this, Steve?
Yeah. Did you see it, Steve?
Chris, can you pull the wrench up for a second?
I'm not sure how well I saw it. I mean, I know
All right, that very last piece.
What's it like working with Tobe?
He's a genius. He really is. And we've all seen his movies for years. And he's one of those directors that, like, if anybody says, hey, you want to do a movie with Tobe Hooper? Of course I'm not going to, like, miss that opportunity. The guy's got an imagination that's, like, through the roof. and it hasn't stopped yet, and I don't imagine that it will. It seems to be pretty in him. It's almost like a kid. It's almost like a child, his creativity, his imagination.
Now, you were approached by the writers before the script was even finished to do this. When you first saw the script, how did you feel about it?
It was different. It was just a different, at that point it was only like a framework for what it was going to be later. And I knew that going in, so I knew that what I was going to see was a framework as opposed to like a full fleshed out thing. I guess a long story short way to describe it is the man who's built this building 100 years ago is still alive in a sort of hidden brownstone building behind the walls of this place. So people start going missing. This woman keeps hearing things and nobody buys it. She keeps calling the cops in. She finds out the history and that this guy's been keeping himself alive. She's from coffin birth. And he's killing people, so we must stop him.
And you're the typical Nancy Drew type girl.
She is kind of Nancy Drew. She's kind of an investigator, I realize. She's kind of a sleuth. She's kind of a sleuth on estrogen.
So you're encouraged to do a lot of your own stunts as well, aren't you?
When you're playing a character, you realize that that character does things in a certain way, and there's really no way to communicate that to a stunt actor. So I kind of choose to do my own stuff if I can, if it's not, going to kill me or something.
Do you think you get more out of a film and you can put more in and doing your own stuff?
Yeah, I feel like there's personality in every little moment.
Yeah.
So if for some reason you take out one energy and put a whole different energy into it, then you've got an inconsistency in the character.
Set speeds. Speedy.
Hey, Mark.
Speedy.
Hey, Mark.
Cut.
Okay, that kind of didn't work.
To add to the disturbing realism of the film, Hooper decided to make Toolbox completely outside a studio environment and instead used one of Hollywood's most famous and notorious buildings, the Ambassador Hotel.
Rolling.
The Ambassador Hotel is the location chosen by hundreds of movie and music video makers every year. Everybody from Penelope Cruz, Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp and even Snoop Dogg have all worked in this very hotel, although not all as waiters and bellhops. The Ambassador Hotel was LA's very first grand hotel and the envy of the world. This place had it all. Singers, musicians and comedians all clambered to play at the very famous Coconut Grove. In fact, Sammy Davis Jr. liked it so much, he stayed for a whole year. But all that changed after the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, who was gunned down here in this very area of the hotel during the 1968 presidential campaign. Now, like the Kennedys, the hotel's luck then seemed to be cursed. The hotel fell into disrepair and it was later closed to the public. So the perfect place for Hooper to shoot the world's latest genuinely scary movie.
Roll camera on me.
Rolling. And action. Cut. Okay. Chris, this time going even sooner. Watch this. Look at that. You'll see Chris's hand come in better.
Okay.
It's like, watch it. It's almost like, all right, scene's going along. We'll never expect this if he goes. It's just as he starts to go. Action!
Now, you've worked with Toby before, haven't you?
Yes.
How did that come about?
We have the same agent. So we went out to lunch and we hit it off, and about 4 months later, Toby gave us a call. It's like, guys, I'm doing this movie, Crocodile, needs a rewrite, bad, man, and you can come down and do it for us, goddammit, and and we were like, wow, great.
We forget this. We were so nervous before meeting him. Tobe
He's
was
your
one of his
hero, wasn't
icons.
he? Yeah.
By the time this rolled
Yeah.
around, we had known him so well that it was, that it was less, oh my God. It was more, it was like, in this one, he called us up and goes, guys, this Toolbox Murders thing, I think we can do something cool with it, And so we read the original screenplay, and it was just not really what we were interested in doing. We talked to Tobe, and then we talked to Tony, and later on Jackie and Terry, and we're just like, we want to do a whole new thing with a new kind of bad guy, and really wanted to make it much more of a ghost story.
Yeah.
And so when we checked those ideas out with Tobe and everybody, and they were like, yeah, cool, make it a ghost story. And we're so into old Hollywood, like legends and lore.
People often say LA is a place with no history and there's no there, but there is history, and there are so many wonderful old buildings, that's what inspired us with this building.
Yes.
So you're really focusing on the darker side of LA history.
Thousands of people move here to try to act, to write, and it's such a struggle, and that's something, we've been through, Tobe has experienced. It's such a universal thing for people here, and people come and go. And we wanted to touch on that idea, the idea.
Sort of the, Day of the Locust kind of vibe,
Now, you guys obviously wrote the script for Toolbox. Take me through the whole process from beginning to where it is now. Speedily.
There was like a false start, and we wrote a little bit and had outlined, and then because of contract problems or whatever, we had to stop, and then everything came through. And by that point, of course, it was finish this in 3 weeks. So we finished it off, and then kept rewriting. But the wonderful thing about this script was I really felt with each rewrite that it got stronger, that we found more of the characters and made the script better.
Now, this script is really a lot different from other horror scripts in the fact that it's really genuinely scary.
This movie is about one thing and one thing only, and that's really to scare the daylights out of everybody.
Yeah.
And when you see some movies that have been out recently, whether it be House of a Thousand Corpses or 28 Days Later or things like that, those are definitely like old school horror movies. And this movie is a old school bloody
Very
horror
bloody
movie. We did not wimp out on
When the blade is traveling, now struggle.
Yeah, see.
All right,
What you don't want to do is you don't want to move your knee in towards the
that
blade
way.
and catch it by accident.
get it. Okay.
So struggle up and down, but not in. That's it.
All right, okay.
What's it like being part of the new Slash Pack?
I didn't know we were part of the new Slash Pack.
I just made that word up, but it's good, isn't it?
My mother's going to be very disappointed to hear that. And everyone I went to high school with will be very shocked.
Anything that we can do as writers to help the genre that honestly kept me company since I was a little kid is great.
Now this blade, let's rehearse it. Okay, what I mean by that is, Ralph, you travel it up now, okay? And this is great, what Angela's doing.
Ralph,
So
travel
when
it
we
up
cover-
to...
Travel it up too.
Sitting up.
Yeah.
Take it all the way up to the stop.
Yes.
Okay, now that's where it stops. There, not what. Can't even do it. All right, good. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Sorry. Okay, so when it gets
this
there.
is blade traveling.
The Toolbox Murders is shocking and gruesomely realistic. Hooper doesn't rely on computerized special effects for this film, but on more traditional and classic horror methods.
All right, clear please. Picture.
Now, you guys have the most important jobs, or one of the most important jobs on a horror film set.
Most everything's been done on film before for horror movies is going to be done, as far as decapitations or people getting cut or sawed into or whatever. And the challenge was actually doing the stuff in the short amount of time that we had to do it.
And we tried to prepare everything so that we could be as prepared as we could on the set, so we didn't have to build a lot of stuff. But ended up we had to work in the lab as well while we were shooting to try to get things finished.
So tell me a bit about some of the makeup you've done, or the heads you've had to make.
In the movie, there's several scenes where you see a bunch of corpses, and so we had to make several of those. And then, of course, the budget didn't allow us to make hundreds of them, so we had to make as many as we could, and then redress them and change them. And they all had some kind of movement to them that we can move them around and reshape them. I guess the biggest thing is, we're trying to do things that look realistic.
So what's been the biggest challenge so far with the film?
All these gags take time and have to be lit and shot and repeated over and over again to make sure that the
You
editor
get
has enough material
footage
to
to
work
cut it
with
together.
to cut it together to make it look right.
Yeah, that's great.
Back and forth.
All right, cut. That's great.
Do you have enough, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tail slating.
Yeah, what was really cool was,
Hey, Michael, we rolled out there, homie.
I'm sorry, sir?
We rolled out.
Oh,
yeah, we got.
date's good.
Farwell uses that that fluttering,
Yeah, that was
just
awesome.
great.
So have you found working with the great Tobe Hooper himself?
He's always very open to ideas. We come up to him and say, "Look, what do you think about shooting this or shooting this?" And he says, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." So he's always really good about that.
Plus, he's a good person. He's
Now one of your
a
creations.
pleasure to work with.
So it's a shot in the film where you see one of the actors whose face has been eaten away.
So how long does it
He
take
needs a
roughly
touch up right now.
to get the head like this?
Half hour.
That just looks horrible.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Hey, thank you, Toby. It's an honor.
Oh, man, thank you.
All right, so let's
Thank you.
break camera here.
Thank you.
That completes the tool room. Thank you, everyone.
I gotta check the gate first.
Okay.
Can I get something right here in this?
Oh shit! There's a hair in the gate.
I got some tears.
Not with a rollout.
Take it off, I'll get you an apple box to put it on.
Okay.
Ready, go.
Yeah. No, let's try.
Oh yeah, come on. There you go. You're almost there. Just
I'm right behind you guys.
Uphill.
I might cheat a second. Yes. I'm a winner. He's a loser.
what?
Okay. Find the symbol.
We have a shot where we have to blow a guy out the window. He gets shot with a shotgun.
Eddie is the guy who is responsible for making Toolbox the most realistic horror film to come out of Hollywood in decades.
We are going to blast the window. Right after we blast the window, we're going to blast him right out through the window with a whole bunch of glass. And then he's going to come down and drop. Okay? And that's the shot for now. Later on, we have other shots where we have to hang the stuntman and other various things. But for now, we're making experiments to see how much air pressure we should use, how far it should go, and the logistics of what we should happen.
So this is just an experiment.
It's just an experiment,
ready at the moment, and so, but it'll look incredibly realistic, like all your other stuff that's done so
Right.
far.
Eventually, he'll have a wardrobe, and it's going to be a shot from down, looking up the window that he gets blasted out of. So for now, we're just going to experiment now and see what happens. Okay, John, give me 30 pounds. Okay, everybody, fire in the hole. That's right.
We're rolling!
And action! And cut! All right.
So cut!
Now, your film production company, Aquarius, is actually famous for making big budget family movies. So why did you decide to now get into horror?
Well, it goes back to my friend Tony Didio, who came up to me in Cannes last year at the film festival and said, "Terry, we've really got to make this Toolbox film. I made it 25 years ago, and it's just got to be remade." And that didn't quite fit with the mainstream of the films we were making. So we raised the money totally separate from our main fund and put together this production, which is now going on here in LA.
So you got Tony Didio, the guy who is behind the very first Toolbox Murders, and then you got the king of horror himself, Tobe Hooper. How did that come about?
The original Toolbox film was actually inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and now what we're doing is bringing the inspiration for Toolbox, the director, arising from the film, which really gave Toolbox its life, bring them together to make what is going to be one of the most horrendous horror films has ever been.
A lot of people really just wanted to get the experience of working with the great man Tobe Hooper himself.
He's drawn in the talent of Hollywood and the horror community here, and they all just want to work on the film. And it's the buzz, you've probably seen it yourself, has just been amazing on the set. Everyone just wants to be here.
And perhaps even your film production company could teach the big studio something, because it's not the biggest budget film.
What we've done is gone real back to basics. We've got very little by way of computer graphics and effects in it. It's all done by the skills of the people with the makeup artists. It really makes it spontaneous because you've got real actors there, what looks like going through the pain of some pretty horrific sequences, and all credit to them. And you just can't do that off the set.
Cut! Already got something in. All right. Did you get any? A little bit.
That's very important.
Want to put it? Chalkboard?
Yeah, let me go sit.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Keep go.
So would you consider backing other horror pictures and becoming yourself part of the new Slash Pack?
We are setting the scene for a new calibre of horror film, something which is so horrific on the screen that you just jump out your seat. And anyone out there who likes horror films, well, prepare to be scared.
There you go. Playing around a little bit. Yeah, the mouth, tongue plays good. Tongue plays good. Back, turn yourself to the left again. To your left. And action blood and action.
Okay, that's blood all over me.
And are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Well, run your head back the other way. And tongue. Oh yeah. Oh, that's making me sick.
Sorry.
God, okay.
I'm sorry I cracked up.
Hollywood's top directors and movie makers have known for some time that there hasn't been a genuinely scary movie made in years. Computerized special effects and the number of graphic images being beamed into our homes through TV news and the internet are in a roundabout way desensitizing the audience. But now it looks like the Toolbox Murders is going to be the film that changes all of that.
I need somebody up here to the right on the road. Maybe that's.
Alright, I knew I figured it out.
So this building that we're filming in now...
And that will make it on the tape.